Good morning, everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay. So in last lecture, we have seen the various modes of heat transfer. In that, we have gone through the conduction, convection, and radiation. Okay. Now today we are going to deal with a conduction, a steady state one-dimensional equation for Cartesian coordinate. Okay, we are going to derive this equation, uh, and after that, we are going to see the equations for spherical as well as the cylindrical coordinates. So consider an okay. So we are going to consider for deriving a general heat conduct. This equation is called as general heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinate. Okay. So with the help of this equation, we are going to solve the numericals on plane wall. Okay, and we are going to derive equation for plane as well as the composite wall. So this is a basic equation from which we are going to find out how much is the heat transfer from a defined body. So let us consider a parallelepiped, okay, volume, this cube we are going to consider, which is having a thickness, okay, thickness in x direction dx, thickness in z direction dz, and thickness in y direction. So here you can see the x direction, y direction, and z direction, and in which it has been considered that the thickness of that object is dx, dy, and dz. So side which is having of dx, dy, and dz. So in that, whereas the T is the temperature. So in this case, if we consider the T will be the temperature, and change in the temperature with respect to time so similarly, it will be having Qx, which is heat entering the body in x direction, and Qx plus dx is the heat leaving the body in same x direction. Similarly, in y direction, it is Qy, which is entering the body, and which is leaving, the heat leaving from the body is Qy plus dy. And in z direction, it is going to positive z direction, it is entering, and it is leaving q z plus dz. So these are the positive direction, positive y direction, positive x direction, positive z direction, and the object is having a volume of x, y, z. Okay, dx, dy, dz, we can calculate the volume of that. Then there is another term which is there in this, that is called as internal heat generation. So in this, we are going to consider the internal heat generation. So for that, it has been given. Okay, so this is the internal heat generation within the body. Qg is equal to small qg into dx into dy into dz. So this term is called as the internal heat generation within the body. Okay, so we are going to consider the internal heat generation as well as the heat entering the x direction, y direction, and the z direction. Similarly, there will be a thermal conductivities of the body, so which will be kx, ky, and kz. Okay, the thermal conductivity, we know the definition of thermal conductivity. It is the amount of, it is a last lecture we have seen thermal conductivity of a body. Okay, the amount of energy conducted through a body of a unit area and unit thickness in unit time when the difference in the temperature between the phase is causing the heat flow is unit temperature difference. So it is a property of a material where we can find out, we can judge whether how much heat it is going to transfer. Okay, so for this, we are not going to consider this as an isotropic. So the kx, ky, kz will be different in all the direction, x direction, y direction, and z direction. So here I can write, so I can write kx, ky, kz is equal to thermal conductivities thermal conductivities in x, y, and z direction respectively. Okay, kx, ky, kz is the thermal conductivity of the body, which is in x, y, and z direction. So whenever the thermal conductivities are different in different directions, so that type of material is called as anisotropic. It is called as anisotropic material. Whereas when the thermal conductivity is same in all the direction, in last lecture we have seen it is called as isotropic material. Isotropic material means it is having a thermal conductivity same in all the direction. So now Qg, small qg, what is the term small qg? It is heat generated within the body. Small qg is heat generated per unit time, sorry, per unit volume, per unit time. Per unit volume, per unit time. So now we are going to write the energy balance equation. I hope my screen is visible clearly. There is no lag. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So energy balance equation for a given volume element okay. So in that we can say it is A plus B is equal to C. Now what is the term A, B, C? So in that A is equal to net heat accumulated in the element due to conduction from all direction. All direction, or you can say all coordinate and direction. Okay. So what is that term? Qx, Qy, and Qz. These are the net heat accumulated. How much is the heat accumulated inside the body? That we are going to find out. The next B, term B is the heat generated within the body. There will be some heat generated, Qg, right? So that will be the term which is, we can say, the heat generated within the body. So that is B part, and the C part is the energy stored in the element. So let us derive an expression for A. Okay, so one by one we'll form the energy balance equation for this. Okay, let us now derive the equation. So I can say that this is my equation 1. Okay. Yes. Now net heat accumulated. What is the term? A So that is net heat accumulated. I will write in the shortcut now. Net heat accumulated, okay, in the element due to conduction. So now that we can write heat influx. Now in x direction, first let us consider the x direction. Okay, in x direction, there will be heat influx, which is going to enter the body. So that is denoted by Qx dash, which is equal to minus, we are using the Fourier law of conduction, minus Kx thermal conductivity into what is the area in x direction. If I see the object now here, the area in x direction, the surface area in x direction will be dy into dz. Okay, we have to consider the perpendicular area to the flow of heat. So if we consider the x direction, so this area will be responsible. Here if I highlight that area, okay, this area will be responsible for that. So that area is nothing but dz into dy. Okay, so this will be dy into dz, bracket close, dou t by dou x into dt, d tau. Now this is the time variant with respect to time, and this is dt by dx. Same time, during the same time interval d tau, okay, there will be some heat which is flowing out of the body. So that we can say heat which is flowing out of the body, q dash in x plus dx, okay, x plus dx, which will be equal to q dash x plus whatever the change in the heat flow in the x direction, okay, into dx. That will be the heat flowing out of the body. So this is the heat which is flowing inside the body. This is the heat which is moving out of the body. So there is some internal heat generation and all, okay, and there can be possibility that it will be reduced or it can be increased. So we are writing in the differential form. So net heat accumulated will be equal to heat accumulated inside the body will be the difference of this, okay, accumulation, net heat accumulation in the element, net heat accumulated in the element will be, and this is in x direction, okay, so that we can say dq, right, change in the heat flow in x direction can be written as heat which is going to enter the body minus heat which is leaving the body plus right. So we are just taking the difference, which is the heat entering the body and heat leaving the body. So this is equation number, we can say 1, and this is equation number 2. So difference of that will be the heat which is accumulated inside the body. And if I simplify this equation, okay, and if I simplify this equation, you will get minus dou by dou x into qx dash into dx, right? Now what is the term of q dash x? This term is nothing but, it is written in the equation 1, minus kx, okay, dy by dy into dz, dt by dou t by dou x into d tau. So the same thing which we are going to write here, minus kx change the bracket, dy into dz into dou t by dou x into d tau, bracket close, and this dx term will be as it is. Now this minus sign will get cancelled out. Dou by dou z, sorry, dou x in bracket ax dou t by dou x bracket close, and this term we can write dx dy dz and d tau, right? We are just simplify the equation, dou t by dou x into kx, okay, dou t by dou x dx dy dz and into d tau. So we can say that this is our equation. Okay, this is my equation 1. Similarly, we can derive an equation. Now we are not going to derive for y and z direction. Already we have derived the expression for x direction, so I can write similarly we can get the equation in similarly for y and z direction. We can directly write down the equations in that case. So in y direction, if I want to write, can anyone guess what will be the equation in y direction? D dash y. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So in y direction it will be this equation. We have to just rewrite this equation. This equation we are going to rewrite. Okay, we are going to rewrite this equation for y direction. So it will be dou by dou y into ky dou t by dou y bracket close dx dy dz d tau. So this we can say our equation number 2. Okay. Similarly for z direction. Now can anyone tell me the equation for z direction? What will be the equation for z direction? You can unmute yourself and you can speak. D dash z is equal to. Yes.
So
What
dou
will be
by
the
dou
equation?
z,
Huh?
the whole into kz into dou t by dou z,
Yes.
the whole into dx dy dz into d
Yes.
tau.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, d tau. So we got the 3 equations, that is in x direction, y direction and z direction. Okay. Only in examination you have to derive for x direction, y and z direction you can directly write down the equation. Expression is required. Okay. Now what will be the net heat accumulated, the total heat accumulated inside the body? I can say therefore net heat accumulated will be the addition of all the 3. Net heat accumulated will be equal to, right, you have to add all the 3 equations, adding equation 1, 2 and 3. So I can say here adding equation 1, 2 and 3, adding equation 1, 2 and 3. So the equation will be now dou by dou x. I will directly write down the equation, just you have to rewrite that equation, same equations. Right. Now when we are rewriting the equation, you can see the three terms dx, dy, dz, d tau, dx, dy, dz is in common. So directly while writing, I can take that in as a common term. Okay. Plus, I will change the bracket also so that dou by dou y, ky, dou t by dou y, plus dou by dou z, kz, bracket close, complete bracket close, into this term dx, dy, dz, d tau. Okay. So in this equation, we have just directly simplified, and we can say this is my equation A. That is nothing but the term A which we have written. So this is my equation A. So we have derived the expression for the A term. So in this equation, so this term we have derived. Now let us see about the B. What is B? B is the heat generated within the body. So let us write down the expression for heat generated within the body. So the B part, that is heat generated within the body. Okay, so that expression will be total heat generated, Q dash G is equal to the net heat generated per unit volume per unit time. So this is per unit volume per unit time. So if I want total heat, then multiply by volume. Volume of that element is dx, dy, dz, and per unit time. So we are going to write to d tau. Okay. So this will give you the term that is total heat generated within the body. So we know we have the value of heat generated for per unit volume per unit time with us. Multiply by volume, multiply by time, you will get total heat generated within the body. Then next is the heat stored in the body, the third part which we are going to derive now, C part of that main equation. So energy stored inside the body, stored in the element, or you can say body. Okay, energy stored in the element. So for that, density into dx, dy, dz. Okay, so rho into V, mc, right? That we are going to write the expression which is mass of the body into specific heat into rise in the temperature. So this is nothing but mass of the body. If I want, it will be density into volume. So that will give you the mass of the body into specific heat C into dou T by dou tau into d tau. Now, how we got this equation? It is nothing but, so heat stored is equal to mass of the body, mass of body. So this term is nothing but the mass of the body. If I want to show it here, this term is nothing but mass of the body into multiply by specific heat. Okay, and that is written here, into rise in the temperature of body, rise in temperature. Okay, so that we can show it in the equation. So this is the specific heat, and this term is nothing but rise in the temperature. Okay, so this is the total energy stored inside the body. Now let us come back to our original equation which we have written. That is our first equation, A plus B is equal to C, right? So from this we have the term A with us, we have term B with us, we have term C with us. Now rewrite that equation, right? Taking an so I will say this is my C part, okay, A, B, C. So therefore, I can write A plus B is equal to C. In this, the first A part, bracket close, dou by dou x into kx dou t by dou x, bracket close, plus dou by dou y, bracket open, ky dou t by dou y, bracket close, plus dou by dou z, bracket open, kz into dou t by dou z, bracket close, into, here it was dx dy dz d tau, plus qg into dx dy dz d tau is equal to density into dx dy dz c dou tau by, sorry, dou t by dou tau into theta. So from this we can directly cancel out the terms. So this will get cancelled out, this will get cancelled out, okay. Similarly, this will get cancelled out, okay, because we can take it common and it will get cancelled out. So the expression will reduce to dou by dou x kx dou t by dou x plus dou by dou y ky dou t by dou y plus dou by dou z kz dou t by dou z plus qg, only this term will remain qg, is equal to rho c dou t by dou tau. Okay, this expression has been reduced now. Okay, so we reduce this equation. Now, if we can, this equation is known as this, the equation which we have reduced. This equation is known as general heat conduction equation for non-homogeneous material, self-heat generation, and unsteady state. So I will highlight this equation. I will highlight this equation. So this is called as general heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinate for non-homogeneous material. Now, why it is called as non-homogeneous material? Because the thermal conductivity is different in all the direction with heat generation. So here it is having with heat generation and unsteady state. So this is having a time here, time constant. So it is unsteady state and it is three-dimensional. Now, if I want to reduce this equation without internal heat generation, and if I say that for homogeneous material or isotropic material, if I want to write the equation, so in that case kx will be equal to ky is equal to kz, right? The thermal conductivity will remain same in the all the directions, so that we can take kx common, ky and kz. So this expression will reduce dou square t by dou x. One second. Dou x square plus dou square t by dou y square plus dou square t by dou z square plus qg by k. This k term, right, was common dividing throughout by k is equal to, we can term this as k equal to c by k into dou t by dou x. Okay, so from this equation what they have done is taking first kx, ky, kz as k, so it can be taken out from the equation and then dividing throughout by k, so qg by k and here rho c by k. Now there is another term called as thermal diffusivity. The term called as thermal diffusivity. Now what exactly is the thermal diffusivity? It is an amount of heat diffused inside the body, right? Now let us take an example for that. So if we have a paper, right, a blotting paper is there, and if I drop one drop of ink on it, okay, so what will happen? It will absorb that ink. So the amount of heat which is absorbed by the body, so that term we can call this as thermal diffusivity. Alpha is equal to k upon rho c. So the term alpha, this is nothing but thermal diffusivity. So we can, and if I want a definition of thermal diffusivity, the ratio of thermal conductivity, it is a ratio of thermal conductivity to thermal capacity. Thermal conductivity to thermal capacity. Thermal conductivity to thermal capacity. So if I want to replace this in the equation, then it will be written as 1 upon alpha. So I can write here itself 1 by alpha dou t by dou x, right? So this term is called as thermal diffusivity. And suppose if I want to write the equation in one-dimensional form, right? If I want to write the equation in one-dimensional form, then this term will be equal to 0. dx, y term, z term will be equal to 0. If I want this equation to be written in the without internal heat generation, then qg will tends to 0. So we can reduce this equation for one-dimensional. We can reduce this equation for internal heat generation. If I say it is having for steady state, internal heat generation for steady state, right? So whenever if I want to write down the expression for steady state, if I want to write down the expression for steady state, then this term dou t by dou tau, this term will tends to 0. Dou t by dou tau will be equal to 0 for steady state. And if it is one dimensional, if I want write the equation in one-dimensional form, then dou t by dou y will tends to 0. Dou t square by is 0. Similarly, dou square t by dou z square will be equal to 0. Right? This term will be equal to 0. And if without internal heat generation, then Qg will be equal to 0. So by introducing this term, we can reduce this equation. Okay. Fine. So you can post the attendance in the chat box. After deriving this expression, now we can write down the general equation of heat conduction in cylindrical coordinate as well as for spherical coordinate. If I want to write the expression for cylindrical as well as spherical coordinate, we can write down the expression. So there is no derivation for cylindrical as well as the spherical coordinate. Only the derivation is there for the rectangular coordinate, or we can say Cartesian coordinate. So we'll just write down the expression. We'll see the expression for cylindrical and spherical coordinate. General heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinate. So for this, take a note that no derivation will be there. Okay. So the expression is dou square t by dou x. So here it will be instead of x, it will be having the radius upon 1 upon r dou t by dou r plus 1 upon r square dou square t by dou phi square plus dou square t by dou z square. This is the height of that cylinder. Plus internal heat generation will remain as it is equal to 1 upon alpha dou t by dou tau. Similarly, we can write the expression for spherical coordinate. General heat conduction equation Here also no derivation, only equation is needed. So I'll write here no derivation on this. So the equation for that for spherical coordinate is 1 upon r square sine square theta into dou square t upon dou psi square plus 1 upon r square sine theta into dou by dou theta into sine theta dou t by dou theta plus 1 by r square dou by dou r square into plus qg. Okay, so qg by k is equal to 1 by alpha dou t by dou tau. Okay, so these two equations we are just going to write down the equations for it. There won't be any derivation, so you have to write this derivation. Everyone has to write this derivation in their classwork book. You have to maintain one notebook, and in that you have to derive this expression for one-dimensional steady state heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinates for now if I want to write on one dimensional, then what we have to do, you have to reduce this equation in one dimensional form. This is in three dimensional form, we can reduce. So for that, y direction equal to 0, z direction equal to 0, so you can reduce it and write down the expression in the one directional form. Okay, yes, in next lecture we are going to see heat conduction through plane wall and composite wall. Okay, so for today's lecture we'll stop here, and from next lecture onwards we'll see the heat conduction equation for plane wall as well as the composite wall. Okay, thank you. You can leave the meet.